All right, well, thank you so much, everyone, for waiting. I'm very excited to introduce our next presenter, Vasilis. He's actually someone that introduced me to GIS about 7, 8 years ago. So I'm very excited to have him present with us today about recycling and online GIS. I will now turn it over to Vasilis.
Hello to everyone. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good. I'm happy, Sofia, that worked well for you getting on this field. So I'm Vasilis Drimzakas-Papadopoulos, and as Sofia mentioned earlier, we're family. I'm here on behalf of Nubigroup Geoservices Research. We are a company in Greece, located in Thessaloniki, and we are specialized on providing GIS services to public authorities and private sector as well. Today, we're gonna talk about a project we had together with the Municipality of Nestorio. It's about Green Point MOB project, a project funded by European Union under the framework of bilateral indirect Greece-Albania program. The program had two parts, one about infrastructure and the second one about the community. About the infrastructure, a mobile container, the Green Point, was obtained. Is a metal container that you can see on the images. It was a big container consisted of smaller ones for different waste and recyclable streams. There was replacement and repair of existing waste and recycling bins in the municipality region, and final new recycling bins added when and where was necessary. The second part was about engaging the community. The municipality and the other project partners, they raised the awareness in the community through training and other events and activities that took place during the project. The area of interest is located in the northwest Greece, close to the borders with Albania. It belongs to the regional unit of Western Macedonia, and the Nestorio municipality is located, as you can see, in a mountainous region. Due to the complex geomorphological terrain in that region, it was quite difficult to manage and monitor the whole recycling process. Thus, the municipality decided to go on and implement an online GIS solution. The solution had to meet some requirements. The first one was real-time collaboration. Interoperability, it had to be user-friendly, it had to be a scalable solution and cost-effective. We use the GIS Cloud platform because it meets all the requirements. It provides real-time collaboration through interactive maps that can be shared in real time with different teams and partners on the field and off of it. It is interoperable because it allows users to access the maps and data through different devices, mobile phones, tablets, and desktop computer, and through different platforms. It is user-friendly because, as you saw earlier, you don't need to be of a GIS background to use it, and this was quite important for us and the field crew members. It is scalable, it is a pay-as-you-go solution, and finally, it is cost-effective because it doesn't need any further it doesn't need any further investment for hardware and software infrastructures. GIS Cloud Platform provides the mobile data collection app that we use on the field to collect the data. We use the map editor app to create the project maps and the forms, and also provides the map portal where the municipalities and the authorities can engage the community, inform the community about any running projects, and publish their maps. Also, there is a GIS Cloud crowdsourcing solution, which allows authorities to actively engage the community by receiving feedback, and the citizens can report their problems anonymously. The workflow for the project, it is pretty straightforward. It consists of 5 steps. First, we need to create the project map, then build the geospatial database that uses this framework for the custom online form that we created. The form was used by data collection teams. And finally, we created the maps and reports for the project. Here you can see the workflow. First, we use the map editor app to create the project map and the necessary layers. Then we created the forms according to the project requirements with predefined values to be easier for the data collection team to use them. The forms were used by the field crew through their mobile device and the mobile data collection app to collect the data on the field, and we were able to see them in real time in the office. Here is the mobile data collection interface as it appears on a mobile phone. On the left, you can see the predefined form with all the fields. Here, for example, we can see the type of the bins, if it's waste or recycling bin, the material that it was made of, the volume of it, and other fields, as well as multimedia files that we used. On the right, you can see the map as it appears on the mobile data collection app, where you can see the data collected, represented by dots here. And by tapping on the features, you can edit their geometry or their fields. Here is the map editor. On the right image, you see all the features collected on the field in the village of Nestorio. On the right, there are the layers we used. And on the right, you can see the attribute field with all the attributes of the data that we collected. Here you can see multimedia file, the photo that we used to document our data on the field. The results of the project were maps that we made with all the necessary descriptive information and the location of the data recorded. And on the right, you can see a map of the new recycling bins that added with custom symbology. And on the right, you can see a calendar that marks the schedule of the Greenpoint mob, that marks the dates and the location where it would be in the Municipality of Nestorio, in different villages. The benefits of implementing GIS Cloud and online GIS solution for this project was that we eliminated the field paperwork, that we didn't hand any paper forms to the crews to fill them in the field and come back to the office and digitize them. As you all know, it's a process prone to errors. We bridged the gap between GIS staff and non-GIS experts because the crew felt they had no previous experience, and yet it was pretty straightforward, pretty easy for them to use the forms and collect the data correctly. Communication collaboration improved both between the teams on the field and people in the office, as well as between the partners, because they were able to see the data in real time and solve any problems that might occur. Document decisions were made. Here on the right, you can see heat map analysis map. And as you can see on the top of the Nestorio village, there's high density of bins in a really small area. And there are other areas where there are sparse located bins or none. The municipality used this heat map to reallocate bins when and where it was necessary. And finally, cost reduced by eliminating the paperwork, minimizing the need for expert staff, and minimizing the time for the field data collection. Thank you all for your attention. We were Nubigroup Geoservices Research. Here is our site, you can access it, and we would be happy to answer any questions and give you further information about the project.
Thank you so much, Vasilis, for presenting today. I'm really happy. I know that for different countries and just really remote areas, it can be very difficult to have cohesive and a collaboration of data put together. So it's a really cool project that you worked on. Is there any questions that anyone in the community had?
If you would be interested, we could show you right now how to make a custom form with the predefined fields. It's pretty easy process, straightforward, and you will see that no expertise is needed for it.
Absolutely, I think that would be really great. It'd be really cool to see. I also wanted to ask too. So it was a project that worked with Albania and Greece. So how was communication with those two the countries done together, and how was everyone updated? Is there any kind of like an email, or did you communicate through the application itself?
All 6 partners of this project, they were able to see and manipulate and update the data in real time through the GIS platform apps. They were able to solve any problems that occurred on the field, and they were also arranging meetings that were on the calendar that you saw earlier. If any problem occurred on the field, they were able to solve it in real time, no matter where the location and what the problem was.
And then my other question was, so this was for one town. Do you see that this project being implemented in other areas as well in other countries?
Of course, it can be implemented everywhere in the world. Here we emphasized in this project because the big difficulty was the monitoring and managing the recycling bin because of the difficult geomorphological features of the region. But of course, it can be implemented. For example, if you are a big municipality, a big governance area, and you lack the staff, I think GIS Cloud solutions will be a savior for you.
Awesome, thank you. It's great to see how projects are implemented in other areas, and to be able to use a cloud service where projects may not have the servers or the space locally to have this data. So it's really cool to work see Cloud GIS in action. Did anyone else have any questions? They can ask in chat or on the microphone.
Okay, so I'm guessing there are no more questions. So let's go create the form.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. First, in map editor, we're creating a map. We're gonna name it test. We're gonna choose the base map we want. Let's get Bing satellite right now. Okay. We're going to the tools, forms manager. Let's create a new form. Okay. Okay, here. You can add fields. You can add text fields, numbered, date and time. You can add list, radio button, checkboxes, hidden fields, You can add media files, photos, audio recording, QR codes, and you can add fields with latitude and longitude. Let's add the list field. Let's say, for example, that here we have the bins. Then details, we will predefine the values. I say that's a waste bin, that it is a required field, and recycling bin. Now we set another list. Or I will make it like, let's say, recycling material. It will be dependent on the previous field. I apologize for the mistake. Okay. It will be dependent on it. It will be required. Let's say that the recycling material is either glass, aluminum, and plastic. Okay. Now we want to have attribute fields with the latitude and the longitude. And let's say that we want a photo. Let's make plastic the default value here. And save the form. Okay, the form has been saved. We're closing this. We are creating a new layer. Let's say pins. It's going to be point. And we want to add some attribute fields. Let's say this is going to be A1 field, A3, and A4. Let's name this one A0. Okay, here the layer has been created. We're going to attributes. We want to connect the form. Here is our form, and we want to connect the form with the respective attribute fields. I see here there's the bin, the recycling material, the latitude, and the longitude, and the photo that I forgot to name it. Okay, we're saving it. And let's add the feature now. Let's say that the feature is going to be located in the same region as on the project. Let's say, for example, in here. And when this process is going through the mobile data application, the latitude and the longitude, they're receiving them automatically. Here, we can choose that, let's say that's going to be recycling bin, and we will save it. During the mobile data collection app, all these fields are required as we define them. Here is not allowing me to do much, but unfortunately, I'm not able to connect my phone right now. If you give me a few minutes, you will see that my colleague is gonna add the point. Okay, here is a new point. And contains all the fields. You can see that it's a waste bin. It got the latitude and the longitude. And if we took a photo, we could see the photo here. And if it was a recycling bin, we could see the material here. Yeah, that's all. I think it's pretty straightforward process. If you want, you can change the form. You can add a new form, or you can add the form that you have saved previously. And also, you can export the form if you want. You can save it in an XML file to use it. I'm sorry, in JSON file, not XML. Yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Thank you for showing us the form and the interface itself. So it's very cool that you can create a new form as you need to and really have control of how detailed or not detailed you want with the features, and see the collaboration happen in real time. So even when you're in the field, if you can have connection, you see your colleagues. So you could potentially have multiple people in the field with a internet hotspot. So that's really cool. I don't have much experience with Cloud GIS, so it's really cool to learn. Does anyone have any questions?
As you saw, once my colleague got the point, it instantly appeared on me in the map editor app.
All right, well, thank you, Vasilis, for presenting today. I really do appreciate it. I also know right now
Thank you for inviting us.
it's almost 10:30 p.m. over there, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you for showing us the GIS Cloud. I know that we see cloud interfaces becoming more and more common, so it's interesting to learn the different ways to use that, and I'm looking forward to see what happens in the future. Thank you again. I really do appreciate you presenting with us.
Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for the great organizer you are.
Thank you. All right, if no one has any other questions, then I think we will stop the recording. If anyone has wants to know a little bit more information about this project, I know that there is a link online that you can visit that I just linked onto the chat. That'll give you kind of an overview again. Oh my, are you able to hear me okay? it looks like I get disconnected from the meeting. So I have a link connected if anyone wants to visit. Otherwise, thank you again, Vasilis. We really do appreciate it. It's great to see how big our GIS community is, and you know, it's all over the world. So really do appreciate it. Thank you again. All right, and I think we'll have a little bit of a break here until 3 o'clock for our next presentation. So I will have that set up. We have Jim today with the Wisconsin DOI and WLIPs and give us some project updates today. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to see what is in store for Wisconsin and the Midwest area in general. And if you have any other questions in the meantime, please let me know. If we do have quite a bit of a break now until 3, so if anyone has a map or something that they're working on that they feel like sharing, we have time to do so. Just text, or excuse me, just type in chat that you might want to share something, or even if you want feedback on something, we are here for you. Otherwise, in the meantime, I will just share my screen again until that 3 o'clock meeting. So, all right.